If you've recently inherited a home or property, you may be thinking, I know we probably need to sell it, but where do we even begin? And if that's where you are, I want you to take a deep breath, because inherited property sales are different from traditional sales. You are not just dealing with pricing, showings, and offers. You may also be dealing with family emotions, title questions, probate, repairs, personal belongings, multiple heirs, taxes, and the pressure of making the right decision during a sensitive season. I'm Raquel with Bell Property Group, and lately I've had several sellers reach out to me about selling their inherited homes. So today I want to walk you through the steps I typically discuss with families when they call me and say, Raquel, we inherited this property. What do we do now? Before we get into the steps, I want to be clear. I am not an attorney, CPA, or tax advisor, and this is not legal advice or tax advice. When you are dealing with an inherited property, you absolutely want the right professionals in your corner. That may include a probate attorney, a CPA, a title company, and a realtor who understands how to guide inherited property sellers with care and strategy. The first step is to understand who has the legal authority to sell. This is where families can get stuck quickly. Just because everyone agrees the property should be sold does not always mean everyone is legally able to sign. Was there an actual will in place? Has the estate gone through probate yet? Is there an executor or an administrator? Are there multiple heirs? Was there a transfer on deed deed, a trust, or some other estate document? These questions matter because title has to be clear before a buyer can close. Sometimes the process is simple, and sometimes the title company can help identify what documents are needed. Sometimes an attorney needs to step in first. However, before you spend money cleaning out the house, making repairs, or preparing to list, we need to know who has the authority to sign and what path the title company will require. The second step is to gather your important documents. When I meet with an inherited property seller, I usually ask them to start collecting anything tied to ownership. That may include the deed, the will, if there is one, probate documents, mortgage statements, HOA information, property tax statements, insurance records, utility bills, survey, prior inspection reports, warranties, and any other documentation of repairs or improvement. I know this might feel tedious, but it helps us move faster and avoid surprises later. If there is a mortgage, a tax lien, a HOA balance, a reverse mortgage, or unpaid utility issue, we want to know early. If the home had major work done, we want documentation. If the property is being sold by multiple heirs, we want everyone aligned before the home goes live. The third step is to decide what to do with the personal belongings. This is one of the most emotional parts of selling an inherited home. Many families walk in and they see furniture, photos, clothing, keepsakes, documents, and years of memories. It can definitely be overwhelming. My advice is not to rush this part, but to create a system. Start with your family keepsakes. Start with important documents, then financial records, valuables, photos, and anything sentimental. Then decide what needs to be donated, sold, kept, discarded, or professionally removed. If multiple family members are involved, get clarity early. Who is taking what? Who is responsible for clearing a home? Are there items that need appraisal? Are there items that should not remain in a home during showings? This step matters because a cluttered inherited property can make buyers focus on the work instead of the opportunity. The fourth step is to evaluate the condition before making updates. This is where a seasoned real estate strategy matters. Not every inherited home needs a renovation before selling, and honestly, not every renovation is worth doing. Some inherited properties are in excellent condition and only need a strong clean out, minor touch-ups, landscaping, and professional staging. Others have deferred maintenance. They have older rooms, older HVAC systems, plumbing concerns, possible foundation issues, or years of wear that buyers will notice immediately. The mistake in this step is spending money in the wrong place. For example, if the home needs a roof repair or roof replacement, has possible foundation concerns, or has major system issues like an older HVAC system, cosmetic updates may not move the buyer to write an offer as you have hoped for. You could spend money on paint, countertops, flooring, or bathroom updates, and a buyer may still walk in and focus on the larger items they will have to address after closing. In some cases like this, the smarter strategy may be to remove the personal belongings, clean out the home, improve basic presentation, and sell the property as is with the right pricing and disclosure strategy. The goal is not to make the home look perfect. The goal is to decide whether the money you spend will actually improve buyer confidence, or whether it will simply cover up issues that buyers will still want to negotiate on later. When I walk inherited homes with sellers, I am looking at the property through the buyer's eyes and the market eyes. Is this a resale-ready home? Is it better positioned as is? Is it a strong investor opportunity? Would light cosmetic work increase buyer confidence? Or would major improvements fail to return what the family spends? The fifth step is to understand your likely buyer pool. Inherited properties can attract very different types of buyers. If the home is updated, clean, and move-in ready, we may be marketing to traditional buyers who want to live in the home. If the home needs work, we may be marketing to investors, flippers, developers, or buyers who want value-add opportunity. This is important because buyer expectations vary by area and price point. A home in Katy may compete differently than a home in Memorial, Fulshear, Cypress, Richmond, or the Energy Corridor. Lot size, school zoning, age of home, roof conditions, neighborhood restriction, flood history, tax records, and remodel potential can affect who the right buyer is. Before we choose a price, we need to understand who we are trying to attract. The sixth step is to get a realistic pricing strategy. Inherited property sellers often have two competing emotions. One side wants to honor the home and get the best value. The other side wants to be done with the stress as quickly as possible. Both are definitely understandable. However, pricing should not be based only on emotion, tax value, a neighbor's sale, or what the family hopes to net. It should be based on condition, market demand, buyer pool, comparable sales, active competition, repair needs, and the likely path to closing. Sometimes the right strategy is to make the home shine and sell at a premium. Sometimes the right strategy is to sell as is with full transparency. Sometimes it is better to do a full high-impact improvements before listing. Sometimes the family needs a faster sell, and we need to price for that. The key is choosing the strategy intentionally. The seventh step is to prepare for the tax conversation before closing. Again, I am not giving tax advice. However, inherited properties can have tax consideration. Many heirs hear terms like step up in basis, capital gains, estate value, and fair market value, and they are not sure what applies to them. That is where a CPA or a tax professional should be involved, especially if the property has appreciated, if multiple heirs are involved, or if the home has been rented out or held for a certain period of time. From the real estate side, I can help you understand the market value and selling strategy. However, your CPA helps you understand the tax side of the decision. So if you're inherited a home, here is what I would tell you. First, do not start with Zillow. Do not start with a random investor offer. Do not start with a contractor. Start with clarity. Find out who has authority to sell, gather the documents, walk the property with a strategic eye, understand the condition, identify your buyer pool, price based on real market, and surround yourself with the right professionals so you can make wise decisions during a very emotional process. If you recently inherited a home or property in the West Houston or surrounding area, schedule a seller consultation with me, Raquel Bell of Bell Property Group. I'd love to help you walk through the property, understand your options, connect with the right professionals when needed, and create a selling strategy that protects the family's goal while honoring the home and the season you're in. Until next time.